Ladies and gentlemen, it's been a while, but we're finally back here and ready for a start of another brand new season of UWC Online. And what better way than all the action we got here tonight? We got championship matches, we got some debuts, we got a lot down the pipeline, so let's get right to the action.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's the opening match of the 2015 season for UWC Online. I'm Eric Loy. Alongside me is Aaron Martin. Good to see you, young man.
It's good to be here, Eric.
We've got ourselves a very interesting contest to start things off. Mark Vandy going up against Sam Knight. Vandy, a long, lean sort of fellow. Sam Knight, a little bit more of a power-packed individual. Both of them made their debuts in the UWC last year. A little different style between the two of them, I think we'll see tonight.
Yeah, different style indeed. Mark Vandy's more of a cannonball. He just kind of sees what he wants and he goes right for it. Doesn't care what he has to do. He just doesn't let anything get in his way.
Vandy backs Knight into the corner and backs off a little bit. Maybe, Vandy last year wasn't above taking the short route.
Hey, the short route gets you there the first.
A knee and a couple right hands to the side of the head. Now Knight goes to the ropes. Comes off, misses forearm, and he gets one himself. Vandy goes down. Going into another one. The momentum taking him right into the next elbow, and it's all Knight right now.
Vandy down.
Vandy wondering what hit him.
Sam Knight's what hit him. Big elbow from Sam Knight sends him reeling down to the floor.
Comes in. Gets clipped by the kick of Vandy. Vandy's got big boots. He does not afraid to use them. Now stomping on the head of Sam Knight. That time, Knight had his momentum work against him.
So this is something Mark Vandy does very well. Once he's gotten in an advantageous position, he doesn't let it go. He stays on his opponent.
Short arm DDT, and now Knight rolls to the ring ropes. The referee Mike Underwood checking on him. Vandy not letting him get any respite. Bring him back from the middle of the ring. Now going to work on that shoulder and elbow. Go for a pin right away, but it's the right shoulder that comes up. He's got to get more pressure on the shoulders. He's going to keep him down. But he's going right back to work on that elbow and shoulder. The one that he clipped with the kick earlier, now he's going to work it against that bottom rope. Now, this is a little bit more like Mark Vandy we saw last year.
Yeah, a lot of people think that that style is questionable. I just think that you got to do what you got to do to win, and he does win quite often. He ended 2014 on a very strong note.
He may be one to watch this year. Sam Knight, a veteran, I think he was very impressive in a short time in the ring last year for the UWC. Right now, he's on the receiving end as Vandy bends that arm against the ropes and uses that big boot. That's a heck of a weapon for Vandy.
Yeah.
A long, angular fellow, but not. He is a very strong fellow.
He's a deceptively powerful individual.
Couple of right hands to the midsection, followed up with a knee by Vandy, and now an arm. Oh, straight down. Wow.
Sam Knight tried to get an offense going right there. Mark Vandy stopped. Got another pin attempt, near fall.
Turned it into a version of a DDT, really. Slammed straight off that arm ringer. Had such torque and force behind it, it just drove Knight down face first on the mat. Now, Vandy with the advantage again. Knight breaks out, side kick. Comes off the ropes, gets some advantage. Kick to the side of the head. And down he goes. Knight trying to feed off the crowd here, trying to get some reserve going.
Crowd giving him a little bit of support. Mark Vandy's down, shaking.
Vandy staggering to the corner. Knight setting something up in the far corner. Setting up a boot maybe. Runs in. Misses and drives into the corner. And it hits that shoulder. That shoulder he's working on. And again,
a running knee.
Knee hits the shoulder. 1, 2, 3, and that's it.
Mark Vandy using that running knee that he used so often last year to finish off Sam Knight.
A very dominating performance, I think, by Mark Vandy. And so during the off-season as he will with UWC, he's polished things up a little bit. A little more focused. And
Mark Vandy is a very dangerous Mark Vandy.
Well, Mark Vandy's dangerous no matter how you look at it. Sam Knight, not too clean the way this turned out. And Mr. Vandy looking for anyone in the back to have a challenge. Not afraid at all as Mr. Vandy. We'll see more of him in the weeks to come on UWC Online. More to come. Just a moment. Stay tuned.
The Blockheads, starring Blanche and Blaine Blockhead.
Don't mind.
Hey, why did you change the channel? I thought you hated wrestling.
This isn't any wrestling. This is UWC Online, now available on UPTV Channel 6. So you might as well throw your remote away because every Wednesday night at 10:30 p.m. you can relive all of your favorite moments from UWC Season 1 and 2. UWC Online on UPTV. You don't have to be a blockhead to enjoy it.
It's a new season here on UWC Online, and the UWC Tag Team Champions are back to prove our dominance. Bo Sawyer, Josh Steele, Rough Cut's back. Tell him, Josh.
You line them up, and we'll cut right through.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, you see Rough Cut in the ring, the current UWC Tag Team Champions, and what a reaction they're getting from the crowd, Aaron.
What a reaction indeed. There's a humongous roar, and Bo Sawyer and Josh Steele hit the curtain.
Certainly a lot different reaction than we had most of last year.
Well, most of last year, the fans weren't too behind Team Rough Cut, but they've won over our crowd.
Well, there's certainly no doubt that they've become a very cohesive tag team, an extremely successful tag team. But they're going up against a couple of fellows here I haven't seen before, Kyle Pipher and Antony Craig. These guys don't look like they're chopped liver.
No, they do not, but they're going to come up against a tall order in the first match ever here against our current UWC Tag Team Champions, Team Rough Cut.
Steele in the ring now. And the young man going to the corner, and there you go, tag right in, Bo Sawyer.
Well, I think something you said too is really key. They've become extremely cohesive. That was something they didn't have when they first started. They were a little Rough Cut was a little rough around the edges, if you will, but they've really polished everything off. Look at the power.
Gets the big man up and down. Sawyer drops the elbow, two, and no. These guys have become a well-tuned machine to between the two of them. Now the tag back into Steele. In the corner now, whips him to the far. And the whip, nails him with the elbow, brings him out into a chop. They've worked together in the offseason, I see. And just a 2 count. Boy, they almost got this tag match over with in a hurry.
That Team Rough Cut really taking it to the rakes of the eye, tags his partner in.
Runs right into the boot. Steele not taking any of that. Boy, these guys looking like a well-oiled machine. I've said it before, but really there's nothing that they're doing wrong at this point. Well, that time, Steele ducked a little early. Whoa, Russian. Well done. And a quick cover. 1. Just 2. These two men have lots of power. There is no doubt about that. It is going to be very tough for any team to outpower them.
If I was going to pick one word to describe Team Rough Cut, power would be it. Two very, very strong individuals.
One thing you cannot take for granted, though, is the fact that they can be very focused at times. When they have that focus and the wrestling ability and carry, could be a Samoan roll. No. Steele fighting his way out. Kick and DDT. Steele rolls away. Rolls toward the wrong corner. Needing to make the hot tag. And he does. Here comes Sawyer.
Sawyer with a big clothesline. Huge right hand. Another big clothesline. Bo Sawyer really taking it to both of these guys.
Bo smash. That's what he's doing right now. You see it on the trunks. Oh.
What a chop.
Ouch.
Oh, what an uppercut.
Gets his man up. Again, a shot. Now into the ropes. Both men. Double shoulder block. And they've reduced their opponents to rubble. Whoa, look out. And good night.
That's all she wrote.
Man alive. They haven't changed a lot of how they wrestle. But there is no doubt that they have not lost any of their edge. The current UWC Tag Team Champions, Rough Cut. And the crowd is eating it up. And it looks like Rough Cut's enjoying the crowd.
It does appear so. Team Rough Cut looking as well oiled as they did at the end of 2014. The two newcomers, they put up a good showing against them, but tag champs are just too much for them tonight.
It's going to be tough. They're bigger than the sum of their parts. They're pretty big when they're not some either. That is Rough Cut. We've got a lot more action coming up. The title match next. UWC Online continues.
All right, excuse me, gentlemen, really quickly. I want to go ahead and get some words with you here. First of all, congratulations on a hard-fought victory here tonight. But as we know, you are the current reigning UWC Tag Team Champions. You won those belts back at Now or Never a few months ago at our last event of 2014. But more importantly than that, you also finally severed ties with the man who basically brought you to those belts, your former lawyer, Bradley Dupree. So how's things changed for Rough Cut ever since severing ties with the man?
You know, ever since we trimmed the fat from, what was his name?
Bradley Dupree.
Yeah, that guy. Josh and I have been on a roll. We've been hitting the weights. We've been hitting anything, including these two chamber rooms that we just took out very easily, might I add. And you're going to see nothing but dominance from Rough Cut in 2015.
Any words?
Rough Cut never dies.
Give it up one more time, folks. Rough Cut.
It's gonna be a
coming. Oh! Wait a second, incoming!
Ladies and gentlemen, I am Kyle James, standing by with Mark Vandy. And Mark Vandy, it has been announced next week you will be in a fatal four-way match with Travis Weir, Konrad, and Alex Castle for the #1 contention for the UWC Championship at UWC 7. And Vandy, what do you think your chances are against these three amazing competitors?
What are my chances?
Yeah.
What are my chances? You saw what I did last season, right? These people saw what I did last season. My chances in this match? 100%. I don't have any confidence in any of these other guys. Just myself. Fucking idiot, man.
"2015 is Mr. 11th year. I am Konrad, and if you don't believe me, all you have to do is just watch and be amazed."
Ooh, UWC! This is Frank Wyatt. I'm here to take on the best UWC has to offer.
Here we go, the first championship match of the new season of the UWC. It involves the internet title, which of course Frank Wyatt won late last year. And he's going up against Konrad. I believe this is Konrad's first championship match of any kind of UWC.
Very well may be. He's got to be ready for it because Big Frank Wyatt's a load.
He's a load. He's very strong, obviously very big. He can wrestle a little bit. He can get down on the mat and do some moves. But
He's
Konrad,
deceptively quick for a big guy as well.
He definitely is. Konrad has got to use speed. You got to be smarter than that. They're really playing right into Wyatt's hands.
Yeah, he really can't test power with Frank Wyatt because he will lose that 10 times out of 10.
Now, Konrad last year came up with a couple of good wins. And there you go. That's what he needs to do. Get away from him. Try to tire out the big guy a little bit. They're just making him mad now. Whoa. He's tired, man. Wait a second, says Mr. Wyatt. Konrad's got to use his speed. He has been better at ring generalship lately. That's
big forearm. Off the ropes.
Tries to hit him with another one and moved him one step back and to come off the ropes again. This time he got caught and planted.
Got planted firmly down into the mat by Big Frank Wyatt. Turns him over, going for a pin attempt.
Boy, that's 2.5 on that one. Now Konrad has made some pretty good stirred stuff.
Yeah, he is. It's going to take a little bit more than that to beat him. He's got a lot of spirit, does Konrad, but he's going to have to do a little bit more than he's doing to be able to beat Big Frank Wyatt.
I don't think there's any doubt that Konrad has look at that, a nice jawbreaker to get out of that hold. Makes up the big man, comes up firing with the right hand. Ooh, ducks under the right hand by Wyatt. Left jab. Now he's bobbing and weaving and ducking and got Wyatt wobbling a little bit. Wyatt says, "Up for that." Good job, Konrad working him off. Now the drop kick.
Has Frank Wyatt reeling into the corner. Here comes Konrad with a head of steam.
And lands a forearm. He's got the big man reeling a little bit, does Konrad. This could be an upset in the making. No, that time his own momentum plays into it and he sits right down in the middle of the ring, does Konrad.
Steamrolled.
Yeah, he got some steam on that. He's flat as a pancake. But still manages to get the shoulder up. Wow.
Konrad showing some fight in this match.
Konrad's not one to give up. And he's shown that he's done a little homework with Mr. Wyatt, but maybe not enough. Now Wyatt picking him up. Look at that suplex.
A T-bone suplex just flung him right over his head.
Just throw him right over his head. Wyatt now looking to try and get that
Is that the Warden?
Ready to go. That's the Warden has now made his way in, and he nails Konrad.
Nailed Konrad. I'm pretty sure the ref just called for the disqualification.
Now he nails Wyatt. Now, look at that mask and the chain thing around his shoe. That's a chain. Now he's working him over with this. Oh no, look at this. Oh, a guillotine. A guillotine neck breaker, and that can really wrench out the shoulder. Might have dislocated the shoulder. Could have broken a collarbone. Now going up to the second rope. He's got that. Somebody's got to get this away from him. Coming off. Oh, right into the neck.
Right into the neck, the jaw.
Right into the neck. The Warden. Somebody's got to come out of here and get this Warden fellow out.
Well, you know what the Warden just did was he just made a statement.
Well, he may have made a statement.
He went after one of the biggest guys in the whole UWC, and he's got him right there on the mat.
Look, he's hurt. He's hurt pretty bad. Is Wyatt, and I don't care how big you are. You get a stick to the throat from that top of the rope, coupled with the neck breaker he got. That is going to be bad news.
Well, the Warden did come out earlier.
Wait, here comes the doctor.
The Warden came out earlier, and he warned everybody. He told everybody that you don't know when it's going to happen, you don't know where, but it is going to happen, and it just happened to Big Frank Wyatt.
First he took Konrad out, and then went right after Wyatt, and Wyatt getting some help out of the ring.
Wyatt retains his UWC Online title via disqualification.
Well, yeah, maybe so, but is he going to be able to defend it anytime?